back to the East Health TV. This video was created from an article on our health website. I'll drop the link to the article in the description box. After watching, please ensure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please do come back for more. See you soon.
We've all heard that drinking too much isn't good for you, but what does that actually mean for our bodies, over the long haul? Today, we're going to break down the facts on the long-term and often totally hidden effects of alcohol. And just to be clear, this isn't about judgment at all. It's just about getting clear information so you can make the best decisions for your own health.
And this quote really gets right to the heart of it. The key word really is silently. A lot of the most significant damage happens slowly, quietly, way before we might feel like anything is even wrong. And that's what makes this so challenging.
Okay, so let's dive in. Before we can even start talking about the risks, we've got to be on the same page about what we're measuring. Like, what exactly is a drink? And at what point does it become too much?
Right, so this is super important. Understanding a standard drink. It's basically a consistent way to measure pure alcohol. And as you can see, it's not just about how big your glass is, it's all about the alcohol content. So whether you're having a 12-ounce beer, a 5-ounce glass of wine, or a shot, they all count as one standard drink. This is what lets us keep track of things accurately, no matter the beverage.
Okay, so now that we know what a standard drink is, let's look at the official guidelines. For moderate drinking, we're talking about up to 1 of those drinks per day for women and up to 2 for men. The long-term risks, though, they really start to ramp up when we get into what's considered heavy drinking. That's more than 3 drinks on any given day for women and more than 4 for men.
But it's not just about a single day. The numbers add up over a week, too. Heavy drinking is also defined by these weekly totals, more than 7 drinks a week for women or more than 14 for men. And here's a really key point. A lot of people who fall into this category don't actually think they have a problem. But the health risks are piling up anyway, no matter how uncontrolled it might feel.
All right, let's move on and see exactly how all this adds up to the body's hidden toll. We're going to look at the systematic, long-term impact on our major organs. This is really where that silent damage we talked about at the beginning happens.
This is a pretty sobering fact. Alcohol is officially classified in the same category as things like asbestos and tobacco, a Group 1 carcinogen. This isn't a maybe or a might. It means there is solid scientific evidence that it can cause cancer in humans.
And here you can see which cancers are most strongly linked to long-term alcohol use. Why? Well, basically, alcohol can damage our DNA and mess with the body's ability to absorb certain key nutrients. This dials up the risk for cancers all along the digestive tract, from your mouth and throat all the way down to the colon, and also includes the liver and breast.
And beyond cancer, the damage is really widespread. This table breaks down the impact on 3 absolutely vital organs. Let's start with the liver. It's the organ that has to process all that alcohol. Over time, that can lead from a fatty liver to inflammation and, eventually, to irreversible scarring, which is called cirrhosis. For the heart, we're looking at higher blood pressure and a weakened muscle. And as for the brain, alcohol can actually cause the brain to shrink, leading to things like memory loss and cognitive decline over time.
And the list doesn't stop there. Chronic alcohol use also weakens the immune system, which makes you more likely to get sick. It irritates your entire digestive tract, it can make it harder for your body to build and maintain strong bones, and it can throw crucial hormones out of balance.
One of the most serious outcomes of all this is something called alcohol use disorder, or AUD. It's a medical condition where a person can't stop or control their drinking, even when it's causing serious problems. But here's the really important part. AUD is treatable. There's counseling, medication, and tons of support out there. So this brings us to our final section, and honestly, this might be the most important part of our whole chat. How can you tell when drinking might be crossing the line from just a casual habit into a more serious problem that really needs attention?
These 6 points are some really key warning signs to ask yourself about. Do you find you're consistently drinking more than you plan to? Have you ever wanted to cut back but found it was really hard? Is drinking, or just recovering from drinking, taking up a lot of your time and energy? These are all signals. Things like cravings, or noticing you need more alcohol to get the same effect, these are all signs that it might be time to look for some support.
So, we'll end with this simple question. The whole point of this explainer was just to lay out the facts about the long-term and often silent risks of alcohol. Knowing the signs and understanding the impact, that's the first step. The next one is yours.
Please subscribe.